Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nujum Key. I'm the Bulbasaur. With me today on the Kingdom Gaming Podcast, the very first one, episode 1, is up on top of me is Matthew Warren, the Pikachu.
Hello.
To his right is an Oshawott, Martyn B.
Yeah.
Am I pronouncing that correct? And under him is a friend of mine from an old server, Blakens.
Hello.
Hello. So what's everyone up to? How's everyone doing?
Good. I was just at a friend's house, so meh.
Working on maps as usual.
Minecraft maps.
Yes.
That's exciting.
It's so exciting.
Alright, Blakens' channel is in the description down below, as well as mine. My name is Nujum Key, by the way. Welcome! So, this podcast is something sort of experimental I wanted to try. It's something I've never done before, and I thought it'd be kind of neat if we started by going over sort of things that are going on in the gaming community, and we got a bunch of opinions on them, and we talked about them, probably while you're doing homework or something. So, just sit back and enjoy, and we'll just do a lot of talking. The image is still, so don't worry about watching too much. And,
Nobody's actually going to watch this, right?
What? You never know.
Oh wait, honestly, who is just going to sit here and watch a Pikachu or whatever for, like, I don't know, half an hour?
Well, they'll listen to it. It's a podcast. That's kind of the point.
I know, but it's a video.
Well, I mean, I used to sit and watch the Minecraft podcast, so I don't know.
What is this?
You listen to those guys? They're fantastic. I can
Hilarious.
sit there for like hours just listening to the Minecraft guys. It's ridiculous. So for our first topic, oh man, it's all mangled in the Skype chat actually. I'll go to the Word document. A video game hating senator has been taken in by police for charges of corruption. No official statement on what he did. That's actually false. They released what he did yesterday. He was on weapon trafficking. He's charged for life imprisonment, actually. He's been recorded stating that gamers do not have any credibility in any argument. Anything they do is about lust for violence, and industry's lust for money. So that's interesting.
Wait, so he was blaming video games for, like, causing violence, and he was a weapon trafficker?
Yeah, this is a Chinese, like, politician. He represents California, I should mention, which is really ironic, because that's where most big U.S. Game industries make their games. It's like the convention hotspot.
Did you mention he's also in the Chinese mafia?
That was unofficial.
Why do I have 2 stacks of sticks?
Why are you talking about Minecraft in a podcast? I think it's a better question.
Okay.
Well, still, how does it make you guys feel knowing that in a court right now there's someone who absolutely hates video games, and he's also directing traffic? Let me pull up the direct quote actually, because it's pretty.
Crit.
During the violent games debate, he said that most video games are a direct source of violence, and studies have been shown proving that games incite violent behavior in children. Games like Grand Theft Auto and Call of Duty violently depict blah 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 blah. I think we've all heard all of this actually. When asked about the people who are calling him out, Lee said, "Gamers have just got to quiet down. Gamers have no credibility in their argument. This is all about their self-esteem." So he's basically telling everyone who's a gamer to shut up. You can't talk about violent video games.
Pretty sure they're the only ones that are able to make a judgment too. So.
Well, keep in mind, this is a senator. He's in actual law in court fighting to push through game bans.
Oh, did you also hear, this is also to have to do with the government, to an extent. You know how YouTube is doing this thing called, like, extreme flagging? Where, like,
M404 stuff.
Yeah, where or Google is giving some government officials the ability to take down a video and send it to Google.
I'm sorry, your mic went out there, what?
Where Google is giving senators or whatever something called extreme flagging, where they can basically take down a video and send it to Google.
I heard about that, but I'm not sure how much sense that makes, because YouTube's flagging system is based on corporations, right? You have to be like a company to flag people, don't you?
Well, I mean, if it's the government though, so I mean,
I don't know, does government have a legal hand in business?
To a degree, they do.
yeah.
They handle licensings and contracts and stuff
Well,
like
I know
that. I'm not sure.
licensings and trademarks are a big deal, especially after King.com, but I'm pretty sure they're meant to restrict trademarks.
Yeah. Well, apparently they're getting that power. At least that's what I heard. So.
I have heard, however, of Spam 404, a website paid for by Google, whose entire purpose is to take down. Have you ever seen those videos where, like, in the comments and in the like description, they'll say Captain Sparkles, Tobuscus, Justin Bieber, like all these tags? There's
Yeah.
a site dedicating to taking down those videos, and if there are people with hundreds of thousands of subscribers that are being taken down because they have too many tags, and you know, 3-strike system, if you get 3 of your videos knocked out by these guys, you lose your channel.
Oh, that's stupid.
That is unfair.
So, it's been affecting a lot of small channels especially, but many of the really big channels have like 2 or 3 sites for having too many tags. And it's funny because over Twitter, some of these people are just like, I only had 6 tags on my video, why am I getting flagged for this? And YouTube's not giving them a response.
I feel like YouTube is just trying to kill itself.
How so? It's still very active.
It is, but
Well, they keep adding these things that are hurting their content creators to a point where they may end up losing ad revenue at a point where they keep flagging people for stupid crap that doesn't make any sense, or adding these features that make it harder for a content creator to thrive, making like getting subscribers harder and all that. They're going to end up having less ad revenue from these
that
things.
was my concern. Isn't YouTube's main source of revenue still from ads?
it is actually.
It's still from their content creators, and they're hurting their own content
So
creators.
surely they don't want people to be, I don't know. Maybe it's like in the eye of the business, they want to look good. They want to look more official, because, I don't know, YouTuber still isn't that much of an official job, is it? It's not
No one-
regarded.
It's not looked as a serious job, even though, in my opinion, it is. It takes sometimes more effort and money than some others, because with YouTube you have to invest in a project. Like, if you're gonna put all this money into making a video like what Corridor Digital does, it's an investment for them, even though they're fairly certain they're going to get all their money back in revenue, but there's not a 100% chance that they're gonna get all their money back. So it's basically a gamble for big YouTubers like Corridor Digital, Freddy W, people that have to rent these systems to film a video.
Well, even then, it's not like they can go anywhere else. There's no real competitor to YouTube. There's Vimeo, which is a paid service to put your videos up, but I don't believe that there's anything else to put your videos on, is there?
Not that are out there.
Or good, at least.
Not that are well known or have as reliable servers. Now, YouTube servers, for me, recently have been kind of glitchy. Ads have not been loading for like 20 plus minutes, and I just end up refreshing the page and it works, but I don't know.
Oh, have you noticed that too? Oh, I thought it was just me because my computer's like been breaking down lately, but I don't know.
Yeah,
Ads have been so bad lately.
Well, for me, it's like it'll just sit there buffering. The buffering symbol will play for like 5 or 10 minutes until I just refresh it.
So I was literally just like 20 minutes before the podcast, I was watching B00's latest video, and the freaking video, it stopped right as he turned around and he saw a seeker, right? He turns around, sees a seeker, and both of them just stop, and I'm like super tense, because it's like, they're just staring at each other on the screen, and it's like, oh, it's buffering. Come on, YouTube. You're messing with my entertainment here.
And for me, a lot of the times is the videos will re-render their quality. Like, consistently. Like, it'll go from 320 to 480 to 720, then it'll just cycle back all the way down and back up. Just constantly. And I never have consistent quality with the videos that I watch, and it's annoying.
That would be annoying, yeah. I don't know how YouTube... They should be able to fix that. They have, like, millions of people working, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't mean they want to fix it. It's extra effort. It's money they have to throw into something that is an easy fix, but they don't want to fix.
We were talking about senators, weren't we?
Yeah.
Well,
Learn from-
speaking of YouTube, Turkey has banned YouTube. As of March the 27th, no one in Turkey is allowed to view YouTube.
Well, there goes half my subscribers. No.
Is it really from YouTube, from Turkey? That would be amazing. I don't think I have any subscribers from Turkey.
I don't think I do either. Either.
I don't have a YouTube.
I have like
Okay.
10 of them from the UK, actually. That's cool. Mostly from America, though.
Yeah, for me, North America, I think I have some from Australia. I don't know. Let's take a look, I guess.
I have a channel. I have somewhere from like some.
I have some from Brazil. Wow.
I saw in my statistics on my channel that there were some viewers from Turkey, so I don't know if that was a mistake.
Well, Turkey's, what the lawsuit is over. Turkey was suing Google because Google would not take down a video that may prove, and actually does prove, that one of the Turkish government officials was hiding, like, some sort of drug. I don't remember what it was exactly, but there was a 30-minute video of a Turkish administrator, like, telling his son, hide X drug in, like, in his room, under his bed, whatever, and then people searched his house. There was this video of them searching his house. They looked through, they couldn't find it, and they're like, okay, you're good, sir, and then they leave. And then this video's on YouTube. And it's getting ridiculous views, and people are like, oh my god, Turkish government's corrupt, and Turkish government's like, Google, you have to take it down, and Google is like, no, anyone on our site is allowed to post what they want to post, which I guess throws our whole copyright gaming thing out the window, but basically Google said it's a free speech issue, and we won't take it down in Turkey. It's like, okay, we're gonna block YouTube in Turkey. Which is insane to me, because Turkey's a huge place, isn't it?
Pretty much, yeah.
And I mean,
I don't know.
one thing that boggles my mind is that they wanted to prove that they weren't corrupt by blocking free speech. Which is hilarious to me. That seems like such a backwards way of doing things. Surely you'd want to be like, oh, well, we fired this minister because, you know, he was clearly holding drugs on him. But no, clearly someone in the government was like, you know what, we gotta defend this guy, you know, he's getting all this flack, but he's one of us, you know, that could be one of us one day.
One of us.
One of us.
What's going on?
And actually, fun fact, a few months ago, Twitter was blocked. I didn't put this in the blog, but there's one more site. Twitter was blocked. What was it? It was either Instagram or it was like Tumblr. One of the two. It's already blocked in Turkey. So this isn't the first time they've done this.
I think it was Twitter that's blocked in Turkey.
No, Twitter's blocked, yes. But that was like a few months ago. Instagram or Tumblr is blocked.
You want me to check? You want me to check that out?
Yeah, go for it.
I think my analytics is broken because it says I have -2 subscribers from the United States. Maybe.
Oh dear.
Maybe I have 0 subscribers in the United States. God damn it. According to my analytics, I have no subscribers anywhere in the world. I only have negative subscribers.
Well,
have, like,
I'm a negative subscriber then, I guess.
I don't know, man. That's freaking YouTube's broken. The analytics, they changed it quite a bit, at least on my end.
Mine seem fine for now. I haven't refreshed the page yet. I kind of want to.
Facebook apparently.
Facebook?
So,
Yeah.
Turkey's just like, screw all social media sites then.
Yeah. In fairness, China also has blocked Facebook, so I don't know that they're the only ones to be blocking stuff.
Well, yeah. It's China.
Oh dear. Alright. So we're moving back a few days. March the 25th. I guess you guys have probably heard about it. It was everywhere, man. Disney bought Maker Studios, the YouTube networking system, the biggest YouTube network on YouTube, for $500 million. This means they own Polaris, they own the Yogscast, they own, like, JonTron, they own so many big people now. It's ridiculous.
Wait, what happened?
Disney owns Maker Studios. This means they own big YouTubers now, basically. The thing is, Disney wants to get more in the internet. They want to be more involved within the internet community, and they want to know what to adapt in their works so they get more audience, more consistent.
What?
You're
What? I think she's dying. I think someone just like.
No, that was not. Anyway, that was weird.
Okay, but so Disney wants to be part of the YouTubing, or does it? I don't know. They have
In my opinion, they're trying to get in the more they want to be involved in the internet, and they don't know.
If you want to be involved in the internet, this is probably the best way to do it, isn't it?
Yeah,
YouTube is
just
such a big part of it.
YouTube's a major part of the internet. Well, the thing is, YouTube's one of the cleaner parts of the internet. If they bought like Reddit or 4chan, they'd have to deal with a lot of crap, man.
Well, yeah, they would.
Fair
Also,
enough.
I posted something in the call.
I noticed. There's like a web page, the Washington Post. Hold on, it's going on Internet Explorer for some reason. I have Chrome.
too.
Yes, we. Oh my God! What?
Yeah.
Oh god, that's
Hold on,
brilliant.
I'm putting this over the screen right now. Let me see if I can fit this to screen. Hold on. Look at that, guys.
Alright, so apparently, last week, following the war cry of Twitter Mwitter, he banned that social media in Turkey.
Oh. Last week? I thought it was like last month.
No, it was just the, it was just something on the page that said,
Wow. That's a great picture.
Brilliant.
Back on topic, when Disney bought Maker Studios, a lot of people were wondering about Polaris, and Total Biscuit, the cynical Brit, tweeted, yes, Disney now owns Maker, so they also know Polaris. No idea what this means for us, but I'll make content, and I'll make it whether I have to do it here or elsewhere. And a lot of gamers have expressed, like, they don't want Disney controlling their entertainment. A lot of gamers are worried that this will affect, you know, the YouTubers they love so much.
Well, I don't think they're necessarily going to force them to do certain things. I think what they're going to end up doing is taking feedback and demographics and statistics from those things and possibly modeling them. I don't know, though. You never know. That's just my guess. They're going to take the statistics. Even though they could have done that before, maybe they could not have. I don't know.
I don't know. I kind of want, like, YouTubers in Disney movies now. Just me?
I think that would be weird.
No,
It would
can you
be-
imagine PewDiePie? PewDiePie's by Maker, right? PewDiePie,
Yeah.
like, freaking the main character of the next Disney movie. No, they announced Incredibles 2, right? This is it. This is the big thing. We're gonna have PewDiePie as Mr. Incredible, as, like, an old man.
what?
He's gonna start speaking Swedish for no other reason than to appeal to the internet. And everyone's gonna love it.
No, they're not.
Yeah, you can't not love PewDiePie, man. It's just how
I feel like I get a lot of negative feedback, though, because they're breaking
PewDiePie
the
has
media wall.
controversial ones. Like, people hate him and people like him. It's like,
People hate PewDiePie because he's popular. Other than that, he's not that bad of a YouTuber. He's not actually that good. I don't personally watch him, but
He's very humble about what he does, though. He's not like, it's really nice having the most subscribers on YouTube. He's kind of humble about it.
yeah, I've never noticed him say, like, I'm the biggest person subscribed on YouTube. Which
He
is
never
true,
brags
by the way.
about it.
If you don't know, PewDiePie is the #1 subscribed on YouTube over, like, there's this one other thing. What was it?
Smosh?
YouTube itself? Smosh?
Oh, yeah. Well, no, he has way more than YouTube itself. Like, the YouTube channel itself only has like 10 million or something. It's not very much compared.
Yeah. What was that? Top 10 YouTubers? Or, I guess it's top most subscribed. I'm going on Social Blade, by the way. You guys know that site?
Yeah, I used to use it and I stopped.
Yeah, they have, like, this list, it's like top 5,000 YouTubers that I was, like, checking out when I was looking at the story. Social Blade says... Loading. Stop is PewDiePie 2 is Disney's Collector's BR. Okay, so Disney has 2 stakes in it. Blue Collection, AV Official Evo.
Apparently, this is really strange. Apparently, they also blocked SpongeBob.
Turkey?
Yes.
The hell, Turkey?
Look at the file I sent. It was on the
And
webpage.
SpongeBob scenes. Does he have like too big a mouth?
I don't know.
I mean, if you're gonna block a cartoon, not SpongeBob. SpongeBob's one of the longest running cartoons like ever, isn't it?
No,
guess,
Simpsons is.
The Simpsons. Well, okay, the SpongeBob is the longest running cartoon on Nickelodeon. I know that for a fact.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure every other show from like my sort of childhood is gone now. It's replaced by reality TV.
Freaking reality TV, man. The hell.
I don't know. That's so funny though. I didn't realize they banned TV. I mean, I know they banned TV because, you know, Germany has so many restrictions, especially when it comes to the internet. But SpongeBob? What's wrong with SpongeBob?
I have no idea.
Bubbles?
He's
The
too
jellyfish?
yellow. He's too yellow.
He's too yellow.
Too Asian.
Yeah.
Turkey's just racist.
We'll move on then.
Maybe they don't like the fact that SpongeBob's parents look like cookies. I don't know.
I guess that's always a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
So, Facebook, right alongside Disney, Facebook bought the Oculus Rift, which is like a
What?
ridiculous deal.
That. Why? Why?
Oh, now it's not gonna.
I want to know the logistics behind this. Like,
Alright,
they're not. Like
here's-
Farmville. They're not gaming. Facebook's not about gaming.
Yeah, well, didn't Zynga, like, have to file for bankruptcy? Or something? Now that I think about
Something.
it. But that was months ago. Right now, as of right now, Zuckerberg says that this will be revolutionary. He wants to take virtual reality, or the Oculus Rift. Oh dear, that's-
And then put a typewriter in it, because that's what we're hearing right now.
Sorry, dear.
Dude, stop with the typewriting! It's not the 50s!
I'm so sorry. It is really loud, though. Can you, like... I
Like,
don't know.
it's basically just... That's how it
That's
sounds!
not even as loud, too. It's like... I don't know, it pops up.
Damn it.
Is she here?
But the thing is,
I feel
Facebook...
like her cat's on the keyboard or something.
I feel like Mark Zuckerberg... That's his name.
Alright,
Damn
so
it.
Mr. Zuckerbuck, what did he say?
I'm thinking that he just wants to make Facebook literal. He wants Facebook on your face.
That's what he's saying. He's saying, how great would it be if you could take not only what you... hold on, where's the quote? This will be revolutionary because you will not only be able to share your life in post, you'll be able to share your experiences. So,
Sounds like Google Glass. This is making like a bigger, more like less convenient Google Glass.
are you serious? That's what I wrote. I wrote, the Wii U already did this. Google Glass already did this. Sony's jumping on the bandwagon now. You saw that? The Sony has like their own VR coming out. They were like, we're gonna compete with the Oculus Rift, and Facebook's like,
Well, no, thing is, Sony said that they took inspiration from the Oculus Rift. They did not just say we came up with this idea. They personally said, the CEO of Sony
Really?
said that yes,
I
he
did not
came
know.
out and said we took great inspiration from the Oculus Rift. Which is good that he said that and not just taking the stance like he made it himself. Sony made it.
Yeah, no joke. I thought it was
Good guy,
really-
Sony.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm really excited because Facebook has such a ridiculous amount of funding, right? If the Oculus Rift suddenly have so much money, they have so much more to do it. Because remember, they were like constantly having to restart up the Kickstarter because they were constantly running out of money. They were constantly running out of
Yeah.
hardware to do the Oculus Rift. Notch was even... I'm moving on, by the way. Notch was talking that Minecraft was in the works for a special Oculus Rift deal, which he decided to cancel because, quote, Facebook creeps me out.
Yeah, I don't blame him. It's like it gathers your personal information like a leech.
He moves on to say that he doesn't believe Facebook's policies are for the people who play the games, and he doesn't believe virtual reality is for social life. He finds that in the past they've always made terrible decisions, and they've never been about the consumers, so he's backing out. Congratulations on Facebook for acquiring the Oculus, but this is where we part.
I don't blame him. Facebook has made its bad decisions, and I'm slightly concerned the Oculus Rift may fail because of this, but also it may prosper because it has much more funding.
Yeah, that's what I'm really hoping that they just keep on going as an independent studio and they just get funding. By the way, I didn't know this, but Facebook doesn't pay in direct cash, it pays in shares. Like shareholds to Facebook.
Is someone playing an electric guitar in the background and forgot to turn off the feedback loop?
Or there's like freaking aliens. Holy cow.
Someone being abducted?
Miss Martina, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry.
You may want to mute your Skype or something because all we hear is you being abducted by aliens.
I don't know what that is. It's probably my parents because they're like making noise
really?
like that.
I thought it was AC, to be honest. Are you standing there like an air vent?
It's just background noise, I think.
Hey,
It's really weird.
hey, Umar, you really need to look at this. This is just,
Oh god, I'm scared. Top 10 ways to increase health, wealth, becoming cannibal. I'm not gonna click that.
read it.
I'm not either.
It's like,
Becoming cannibal?
No.
Where do you find a link like who writes a story like that?
A cannibal.
probably.
Hannibal Lecter.
I imagine like this is some anime list / bizarre. I'm not clicking that either.
Oh, no, that's just where I found it.
I can tell by the fact that it's / bizarre. Like anything with / bizarre at the end has to be like super interesting, right? May not be
Yes.
May not be safe for work quite, but Metal Gear Solid 5 came out on March the 24th. It was and the day it came out, someone speedran it and beat it in 10 minutes. The whole game has no more than 2 hours of content and can only be played for up to 5 hours after completing all the quests as slow as possible. And it cost $30 over Steam.
Well, I've heard good and bad things about Metal Gear Solid 5. Now, the campaign is very short, obviously, but it's an open world game, and I think that's a lie on the thing with the... Damn it, I'm concentrating on something else. I think it's a lie on the 5 hours after you finish the game, because it is an open world game, sandbox, and there's only 2 hours of actual story content, usually, for a normal person, but I'm thinking that if you just kind of wander around and not necessarily just trying to finish the story and just doing things, I think you're going to spend a lot more time.
Well, that's still, like, you're kind of having to work to get something out of it, and you're probably going to want to work for it, because you just paid $30 and you got knocked off, basically. There's no real content other than side quests and wandering.
Yeah.
Like, Skyrim was I'm not gonna lie, I really enjoyed Skyrim for much more than it was worth. I felt like Skyrim was a really good deal, because I spent so much time wandering the world, but at the same time I spent so much time working towards the quest, doing things for the king, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Against the king
Yeah.
hero of that faction. But
Yeah, I've played Skyrim for like 20 minutes, and then I got bored.
Aww.
I have to have constant action.
Anyone else a Skyrim fan here?
I beat it, but it got boring after a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, after a little bit, it just became a little repetitive. Go this
The
place,
crazy
kill.
magic, the yelling, the killing dragons in 2 hits thing didn't entertain you? No?
No.
Well,
I mean,
thing
the thing
is,
I enjoying about Skyrim was the mods afterwards, because there was this one mod I always got, which was like it's where you can spam the first roll da, and it was like times 20, so I could hit one guy off into space.
well, thing is, there's the divine formula in every game. The thing that's always going to make you overpowered no matter what. And people are going to use that. And that's why some games get very boring over time, because you have that divine formula down. In attack, you can just spam to destroy everything.
Yeah,
Oh,
spamming's not gonna make it more fun. Like Call of Duty, the new tube is fun if you use it once or twice. If that's the only thing you use, it's just boring.
Yeah. Well, it depends on how you use it, really. Some people use it fairly decently. It's a, I don't know. It's just a spam weapon. Damn it! No.
I don't
Sorry.
like it. Something happened, Creeper?
No, I'm practicing for a competitive match in TF2.
So are you? I'm playing
Yes.
Isaac. Binding of Isaac.
I should probably be playing something instead of just reading.
Just reading? Just
Yeah.
chilling? The thing, something that interested me, as it turns out, if you have Ipecac and you pick up Epic Fetus, it doesn't overwrite Ipecac, you still have Ipecac. Did you know that?
Anyway, I mean, what I could do is just make more D&D characters for later today, but
Dungeons and Dragons.
yeah,
I haven't played Dungeons and Dragons in so long.
I've been like really addicted to it lately. I don't know why. Like at school, I use a proxy just to try and create more characters, and it like wouldn't like stay logged in long enough. So.
Oh no.
Didn't you have
You
to
want to focus in school, Matt. That's not good.
No, no school.
You're creating Dungeons and Dragons characters in school.
No, remember just that one class did art animation.
Okay, well, okay, art doesn't count. Art's not really a class. Like,
I like dancing ice cream. After I finished that, I just started doing the indie characters.
Has anyone actually, while we're talking about games, has anyone played Infamous Second Son?
No, but I want it really bad, and Brady won't let me borrow it.
It's got so many good reviews, but I've always been like, kind of worried about it. I don't know. It didn't look good when it was coming out, but now that it's out, everyone loves it. It's like the opposite of what Metal Gear Solid was.
Be right back.
Yeah,
Sorry.
sure. See you in a bit.
Alright.
There goes like all of the background noise.
I know, right? That's so funny.
Honestly,
Oh my god.
I don't want to be mean or anything, but with that noise, I don't know if I should have invited her with that noise.
Well,
I should have said, if you're gonna come, then leave your noise behind. But,
did you know she had that much background noise? I was kind of excited. I was like, okay, we're gonna be like somewhat gender equal in the gaming community, and then it's like, no.
Because, I mean, that's not really why I invited her, though. She's just a nice friend of mine. This is like the first time this has happened.
Well, whatever. We'll move
It's
on.
also the first time she sounded like she died, too.
What was that one sound?
I don't know, like, meh.
It sounded
Hilarious.
like laundry machines or something. It didn't sound like...
It did sound human.
No.
Well,
And trust me, I wouldn't know if it didn't sound human.
I don't know
'Cause
what
you
that's
aren't
supposed
human.
to mean, and I'm not sure if I want to.
Continuing on.
Yeah, so have you guys... Okay, so while we're on games, because this leads into the next topic, have you guys seen the new Castlevania?
No, I'm not into Castlevania.
Freaking The Escapist, like, gave it a really terrible score, which surprised me because Yahtzee, the person who reviews for The Escapist, has always said, I wish this was more like Castlevania, I wish it was more like Castlevania, and now it looks like he's just, like, defeated. He's so sad from...
Well, Yahtzee, really, he hates every game nowadays. Like, he notices a lot of flaws in games, how little effort goes into the story and all that in games nowadays.
Game Critic does.
I mean, in
honestly,
fairness, yes, but you kind of have to talk about the good and the bad. You know, you can't just be like, "Oh, I hate everything about this one thing." I mean, if it was Demon Souls, I guess, because Demon Souls, you can't get past the first like 10 rooms without dying for like 20 hours worth. But like games like, I don't know, what was a good one? Syndicate was one that I really loved that he absolutely destroyed, and I was so sad. Like, I don't know, Rust he hated and I hated actually. What's a good example?
Example for what?
For a
Just
game
games.
that he hated that I liked. He liked Minecraft. He liked Super Mario. What did he? Frick. I'm blanking right now. How much Escapist have you guys watched?
I watch him regularly.
I don't.
I used to watch him really regularly.
The only game critic I watch is Nerd Cubed, and that's it. I mean, I watch other YouTubers, but the only game
Nerd Cubed is more really of the YouTube side, and he's more of the Let's Play guy. He doesn't do that many reviews.
He does, well, whenever he does like he does something called like a 101, he's basically like showing it off or whatever, and he's like reviewing it.
Total Biscuit is my favorite reviewer, and that's kind of why I follow him like so closely. Him and the Polaris guys, but Escapist is really good. I really like because Yahtzee seems like a very literate guy. Doesn't he? He seems like he really knows what makes a game, what's important in a game, where plot should be used, where like puzzles should be used, deck. He seems like he's really knows about this stuff. He seems like one of those game designer types.
He's from the golden age of gaming, back when games were hard as freaking hell and not forgiving to the slightest. Back before there was the casual market. Now, whenever there's you had to be good at games to play games back in the day.
Man.
And now
he talked about that in his Peggle review, and I was so happy because there was no way I was gonna sit through if he was actually reviewing Peggle.
Peggle, yeah.
How do you review Peggle?
I know Peggle. I actually played Peggle and liked it as a kid.
As a kid? You mean you played a knockoff because Peggle wasn't out that then properly? But...
Well, no, when I was like, you know, I have autism, right?
Our many sovereign world.
Hold on.
Whoa, what was that?
It was him having an autism attack.
Oh no. Matt, your voice goes really deep when you have autism attacks. I didn't know that. That's very impressive.
What now?
Your voice went really deep when you have autism attacks.
I was kidding. I don't think that's an actual thing.
Oh god, if it was, I'd be so worried.
Well, maybe there is. I don't know. Anyway, that was just my game. But anyway, like I was saying, I have autism. So like when I was like 10, I think I'm 16, 6 years ago. I don't know. When I was younger, let's just say that. I played it and I enjoyed it, but.
Phone games have actually come a long way since the hardcore gaming days. They've like really brought in a lot of casual gamers, and they're just everywhere, aren't they? Or almost as much as them as they are. It's their knockoffs are everywhere, really.
The thing is, for every game there's a knockoff, really. Someone else trying to leech off its success. You can't really get away from that nowadays, because...
I mean, because have you seen, like, the Minecraft knockoffs on the iPhone list? Like, how many there are.
Those block things? Dude, no. Some of those are actually kind of fun. I played them because I was like, this looks like a Minecraft knockoff, and I enjoy Minecraft, and this is free, so I'm gonna try it. And they actually turned out to be really good. They're like, some of them are like a watered down Terraria, and I love Terraria, so it's like, I'm totally cool with them. If you create a knockoff that's better than the original, then props to you, good sir. Or cheaper and more accessible.
The only one I really like on the iPhone is one called Blockheads.
Not heard of that one.
Oh, well. It's like Minecraft, but it involves like real time to an extent. Because it takes time to actually create stuff and yeah.
Like you have to
but it does have microtransactions, which really makes me mad.
You can't have a casual game without microtransactions, Matt.
Yeah, that's just how it is nowadays.
I don't know if that's actually...
Speaking of microtransactions, did you guys hear about Goddess, about what's going to happen to that?
I have not.
Oh.
Well, going back to Castlevania, Castlevania's original maker, Igarashi, left Konami to start his own indie company, and he mentioned, here, I'll give you guys the article, that he was actually, after Castlevania 2, he meant to cancel the game, but the fans told him, we want another Castlevania, so he went on to make the third Castlevania game. It was like Shadow something, and so he made that, but Konami got him into a contract where he had to work for them for like 3 more years or something, and he had to make at least 3 more games with them before he could leave. And so he was really mad, and he was like, I'm done with Konami. And then he left.
Here, I'll make you 3 Flash games.
He should
Well,
have
they're
done
AAA
that.
titles, but
I
I don't know
good.
exactly what the contract was, but he was really mad, and he was like, but he worked on them, and I don't know, he left. What's really interesting to me is that he's starting his own indie company. I figured he'd go off and join another AAA company. Really talks about, really makes indie more interesting, because I always think of indie games as like a couple of college students in their basement working on Game Maker or something, or Unity 3D. But this is a professional going off and joining the indie group.
Yes, it's good to see someone going from AAA titles to an indie title. Thing is, I've seen a lot of indie titles that are AAA level. I've seen games made by one person that look like they're made by an entire gaming company, with better story than everything than something that
really
any.
good indie games though that are like, they might as well be AAA games.
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks. Was that your friend there, Matt?
What? That, like, female voice?
Yeah. Should I get a 4th person on? Cause
No, let's just stick
there's
with the
only
3.
like half an hour's worth of stuff left to work through.
We should just keep going.
Alright.
Actually, though, yeah, the voice you heard was the game I'm playing. I forget what it's called, though.
So EA's servers have been hacked for user credit card theft, and apparently nothing was actually stolen, but the EA is denying that it ever happened, and no emails or anything have gone out to the people who are like playing the EA games. It's like part of their, what's their thing that's like competing with Steam right now?
Something. I forget the exact name for it.
Wait,
I think it's Oracle.
Yeah, their thing where you had to download if you wanted to play The Sims, because you can't get The Sims on.
Yeah, it's Oracle, which I freaking hate.
Yeah,
Oracle
so
is the least user-friendly thing
if you
ever.
had your credit card information on that, your account might have been theft, but EA's denying it exists, and then everyone on the internet's like, no, we're pretty sure this is a thing, and it's crazy. It's kind of sad if you're like a company like EA, who like half their games are decent and then half of them are like absolutely terrible, and then you get like this sort of meh fan base. But when you get that meh fan base and then you get stolen from, that meh fan base becomes absolutely malicious. They are absolutely tearing at EA right now. Yeah, I know. I didn't remember the word for some reason. It just didn't work. But right now, the fan base of EA is dead. There is no one who likes EA right now. I feel bad for the poor company, but to be honest, I never really liked their games.
EA really is not that good of a company, moral-wise, or really in any case. They're not suited consistently to be a company. They don't have good motives, and how they run things just doesn't work too well. How they take old franchises and try to reboot them, but screw it up somehow.
Yeah, I noticed that. EA, especially when it came to their advertising. Do you remember Dante's Inferno? They had this advertisement for Dante's Inferno where it was literally, they took a bunch of parents and showed Dante's Inferno's most bloodiest, glorious parts to the parents over an advertisement, 30-second advertisement, and the parents were like, "Oh my god, who would ever play this game? This is terrible." And you get
That
like,
was
epic voice.
that was Dead Space.
Was it?
Yes, your mom hates Dead Space ad campaign by EA.
Well, they were, and it was like your parents will hate this game, and it's like rated M for mature, blah 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 blah. And I was like hitting my face in because you just advertised a mature market game to a teenage audience, and just doubled the government budgeting to kill games. Congratulations, EA. I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense what EA had in mind with that ad campaign.
Yeah, but I should mention this. There are largely Japanese-based companies are very well known for trying to screw up their game followings for the sake of money. EA gets a lot of flack for that because they are the biggest company that follow some of it. And Square Enix is very much loved because while they don't completely reject the sort of Japanese side of them, they try to ignore it as much as possible. But most Japanese game makers are very well credited for absolutely screwing over their consumers, and it's being really argued for in court. And it's a problem because games still aren't legally viewed as an artistic medium, let's say. They aren't viewed in a way that like TV is, like comic books are. They aren't viewed as a legit thing. They aren't viewed as a legit job yet.
Because it's different. It's something that's relatively new in the world of everything. Like,
new. They are
no, not in comparison to, like, comic books are before games as well as TV. Games are a relatively new medium compared to other mediums, such as comic books and all that. It's not an old medium. TV, at one point, was not thought to be a legit thing because no one thought there'd be enough time in the day to sit and watch TV.
Well, you still have professionals going and working on TV, professional actors, professional businessmen going on TV. TV, when it first came out, was very much loved. It might not have been considered, I don't know if it was considered like an official job, but it was something.
People were concerned that it was not going to last because they did not think that people would have the consistent amount of time to watch TV. So people were concerned for the people were concerned for the
job.
For the yeah. No, I walked around the corner and got instantly destroyed. People were concerned for the well-being of those actors and what's not.
Yeah.
Same thing with game designers. And the thing is, games are also, I don't know. It's just so many things.
Game designers specifically is a very flooded market right now. There's so many people who want to be game designers right now, and there's so many people who just can't. It's kind of sad.
Well, to be a game designer, you have to be creative enough to come up with enough things for a game.
I'm gonna say it. I don't think game designer is that hard of a job. Anyone.
Oh, trust me, you have to have.
Game. Anyone can say, I have an idea for a game. I can probably pull out 2 or 3 off the top of my head. It's not... An idea for a game's not hard. I think it's the implementation that's really...
No, trust me, a new, interesting idea for a game is very hard to do. It's not easy. Like, me, I'm still thinking of ideas for my Super Hostile map that I've been working on. I do not have 16 areas thought of yet. And a game's sort of the same thing. You need to think of enough things to make the game engaging for long enough. It's keeping it long enough to be engaging for a long amount of time so it gets good reviews so people buy it. You have to have engaging content in the game. Like, you can have a really cool idea that has an interesting gimmick, but if you cannot come up with enough things for that gimmick to work right, it's not going to be very fun. It's going to be a very bland game.
That sounds like the exact opposite of Total Biscuits' review for Portal. Anyone remember that game? Valve?
Yeah, Portal.
Very short game. It only took him about 4 hours to complete it, and he uploaded an entire Let's Play. And Portal's a great game, and it's great because it only has this one mechanic, and it teaches you how to use that mechanic in as many ways as possible. And that's literally the entire game. Portal is nothing but teaching you how to play Portal.
The thing is, Portal was just something in a box. They had the idea, then they made a really small game out of it and put it with a bunch of other games and not told people about it till they bought it. Now, thing is, people bought it and were very delighted with it. Then they made an entire game out of it with all these gimmicks and things that took the idea.
Oh,
now,
we're
I
talking
do realize
about
some
Portal
of
2 now.
Yes, they made another game that used the gimmick and made an entire game out of it instead of just a proof of concept.
Yeah, do you like Portal 2 better than Portal 1? Because that's a debate that goes on madly on my end.
Never had enough time to play it.
Oh, really? Portal...
With being a competitive Team Fortress 2 player and Minecraft map maker, I barely have any time.
On my end, like, I said that I liked Portal 2 better because it expanded so much in the story, and that was the main thing for me in Portal 1 was the story. GLaDOS was such a fantastic character, and you were spending so much time looking at these walls, looking at these scribbles, like, trying to find... Like, am I the only one who spent, like, an hour trying to get up in that little box? That little box area that was, like, viewing out into the testing area?
Oh no, I did that too.
You can't get in there, and I was so frustrated. No, well, you get in there in Portal 2, but in Portal 1, I spent so much time trying to figure out the story, and it was so intriguing, you know? We have a lot of bad writers in games, I'm not gonna lie, but Portal 2, that drove it home, man. That was a good game. So, Xbox 360 has a new app, a Major League Gaming app that allows players to view Twitch and other streaming networks on their Xbox. But, it requires Xbox Live Gold.
Wow.
Ridiculous. You could just go on your computer and just get Twitch there.
Alright, so I was actually at my friend's house yesterday, and we tried to watch
Like
George A. Romero. We were gonna watch one of George A. Romero's zombie movies or whatever. The black and white one. I don't remember the name. It was like Dawn of the Dead or whatever.
Right.
Night of the Living Dead. That's what it was. And it was not a Blu-ray movie, but it required the Blu-ray player app to work.
Did it?
Yes. And my friend Blake was so peeved at that. He wanted to break his Xbox One.
That was Isaac, sorry.
So, Xbox
you
is
need
screwed
Blu-ray
up.
to watch a non-Blu-ray thing. I don't know, maybe Blu-ray just has some essential parts of video, you know?
No, it doesn't. Blu-ray is just a different format of reading that allows them to compress higher quality things in a same size. It's basically just a different compression rate that uses more blue shifted things than it color corrects. At least that's what I understand from it.
Sounds cool. I mean...
I think it just changes the color correction.
Oh, that would be a big deal, wouldn't it? Yeah, that would make sense for...
I think it just... I don't know. I have a Blu-ray player and the color correction on it is broken. So I don't know.
Really? But I don't
So everything's blue, or there's no blue in it at all? Wait, no, there's no red in the image. It's just blue and yellow.
My TV has the same problem where there's no green. So half the screen is this horrible, like, barf color, basically. I don't know. But, what I find interesting is that Xbox 360 couldn't stream before, and now they're trying to make it stream, and they're trying to charge for it, which is kind of annoying. But the Xbox One can stream, and the PS4 can stream. A lot of people seem to be really into this streaming business now.
I feel like it's gonna really contaminate the streaming market because there's gonna be these amateurs that are live streaming their freaking crap games, and they're just gonna be
wasn't that, like, a big
crap
deal? You couldn't edit
commentary.
from the PS4.
Well, no, I mean just live streaming, like people live streaming, flooding up Twitch with their crap, man. I do realize it could help highlight other people, but I feel like a lot of people were just gonna end up overusing it and having no audience, and this would be ridiculous.
Yeah, I can see that. Viewing streams isn't that big of a deal, I don't think, because anyone can view a stream, even if you have like the worst PC in the world.
Well,
can just
you have to have
download
half-decent internet to stream, though. That's the thing. You can't just stream randomly because you feel like it.
Yeah, from like a viewer's perspective, I was like, well, I guess there's going to be more people streaming now, and that's always cool because you never know who's going to come up. You never really know when it's the internet.
I do know some people can come out of the woodwork, but also, I feel like, I don't know, it's just...
One of the big deals that have been coming out lately has been connecting to the internet. And it's like every single console now has like this social Facebook sharing thing now. Even the Wii U, even the Oculus Rift has like this share this game to your friends thing. There's like this huge push for social media now, and it's all because of the internet. And that's really cool. And it's really
The fact
really
that
weird
social media is going in games just flusters me, because why? Why? No one cares if you just beat a boss in Super Mario Galaxy 3.
Well, I
Damn
mean,
it.
isn't gaming in itself a social activity?
Well, yes, but no. Doing a single-player game, no. Multiplayer game, competitive games, possibly, but you're not... The thing is, in games, it is a social experience, but it's not like a social network. You're just talking to people. You're not discussing your lives or what you had for dinner. You're just playing a game and discussing about the game. That's at least what I do when I game, or discuss about anything that needs to be discussed within the game, like Spy Left or Med Down or stuff like that. If you're a competitive Team Fortress 2 player, you understand what the hell I just said.
I'm not very competitive, but I do play a lot of Team Fortress. I've been playing a lot of Loadout lately, and I have to admit...
Loadout's an interesting game.
Loadout's
an
a fun
interesting... Thing is, it's
like...
balanced. I went in, I started a new account, and made a weapon with base everything.
Right.
And went around and I did just as well as an account that I had extremely powerful weapons on. So it's really balanced, and how everything works, it's amazingly balanced.
Loadout's one of the games I'm really liking now, because it has that, like, a more balanced healing system. One of the things I've always annoyed about healing systems, you can't heal unless you're, like, that specific class, usually. Even in Team Fortress, like, you have the healer class that can only heal, and he's only got, like, this terrible dark gun that doesn't do anything, really. Not if you're expecting to play well.
The thing is, the medic relies on other people, and the weapons that he has do just enough damage to protect himself against one or two people.
Yeah.
On
his own, though... Hold on, who else can heal in Team Fortress? I guess the medic can. Not the medic, the heavy with the sandwich.
Medic, heavy, scout can heal.
Yeah.
So with the Mad Milk, the scout can throw Mad Milk on enemies, and then damage that you do brings back to healing for you.
Yeah, in general, though, I don't see a lot of good healing in games. Or that might just be me talking, but I don't like
in a game like Team Fortress, where it's a class-based game, loadout is based around weapons and choosing your own playstyle. So someone's like, I like being a medic in a game, so I'll just have a healing gun as well as my defense gun.
Yeah.
And someone like that typically gets a lot more points than killing, because you're healing people, and then your team can win easier and stuff.
Competitive play is where healing gets really interesting, though, because especially in League of Legends, do you remember that character? Who was it? It was like Corta something. She was nothing but a healer. She was a dedicated healer, but she can heal an entire lane's worth of minions in one go. And so you had these champions that were doing their area attacks, their specials, and they were like charging up at her minions, and she would just like buff them back up. She'd heal them, she'd give them strength up, and she affected other champions too. And she was actually taken out of the game because she had such a low rating, and it was like you couldn't fight her. She healed everything faster than you can do damage unless you were a heavy AD.
Yeah, it's something like that. Having a fast healing class is a problem to a degree, but it could help a team in competitive scenarios. Like in League of Legends, I typically play support because I'm not good at directly attacking. I typically will get players' damage down, then get out.
Yeah.
Or get their health down, then get out and let someone with range take them out as they flee.
But still, if you're just like healing only, like, if you're not healing as much as the enemy is doing damage, then what's the point of healing? No.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Save time for the team so you can do an assault easier. Like, heal up a couple players so they can attack without having to stand back and wait for the health to regen with a health potion, or go all the way back to the spawn. It's a mobile healing. That's how I see it.
healing in games, it's usually not for me. I'm not usually a dedicated healer, but I really like how loadout's done it with the where you've got like this sort of opportunity cost is what I want to say, where you have to think, okay, do I want to go with the buff or do I want to go for the Tesla? You know, you kind of have this balance of what you can do. This is why I like RTSs so much, because there's always like you have this X number of resources and you can do X stuff with it. Figure it out. It's kind of game that really excites me.
I'm playing real-time strategy right now.
Are you really? Minecraft?
Yeah, Sins of the Solar Empire.
I typically like to be the support role in any game that I ever play, because I'm not good at directly attacking. Like, in competitive matches in Team Fortress, I play Pyro, that just keeps the medic alive.
Pyro's a really funny character to play, only because he has so many joke weapons.
Well,
my favorite character, the weapon I use is like the bubble one, the one that like shoots rainbows and bubbles.
The Rainblower?
Yeah, that one.
That weapon, it's just default stats. My loadout has maximum.
It's a joke weapon, so it's why I like to use it, along with the lollipop axe or whatever it was.
I usually go for Scout, I think. Scouts, it's just good.
For Scout, Pyro, or Soldier.
For me, it's Scout, Pyro, or NG, and it has to be Battle NG, or else I
use the NG to save my life. Oh my god.
I'm really good at NG. If you've seen any of my NG gameplays, it's insane what I can do.
I've seen some of your Team Fortress gameplay. I've never seen you play NG. I might want to look at
that. I don't play it too often because it's typically I'll stand back and do a lot of jumping to shoot over a crowd. And I'll place a dispenser sometimes in the weirdest possible place where no one will find it, and I'll retreat back to there and just sit there and wait for my health to regen. And then go back out and battle. I pre-plan most scenarios. Which is why I'm so good at demo with the Scottish Resistance, because I pre-plan people coming through doorways following me.
That'll be
the Scottish Resistance in Team Fortress is the most interesting weapon, I think. It has the weirdest gimmick, and it's really fun to use. Like, there's one guy who was accusing me of hacking because I was so good with it once. Because he didn't know.
That's how you know you're a good gamer, man. When someone
he didn't know. He didn't know what the Scottish Resistance did, so he thought I was sticky trapping a specific door. Like the door that I thought he was going to go through the next time, but I had a sticky trap at each door that he could have possibly gone through.
Right.
So
so you mean, that'd be a handy hack. I'd use that.
Knowing which door the person's going to go through. The mind-reading hack. It's a life hack.
Sticky all the things. Making traps is always so much fun. Like, me and my friend Zane were playing some of the walls from the Hypixel server yesterday, and we were having a good time, and I was like, oh, I have this redstone, and literally what I did, I dug 2 blocks down, and I stuck a piston and on a pressure plate, so that you fall down the hole back, and you're like, oh, it's a hole, but you hit the pressure plate, so you can't place blocks under you, and a piston comes out and it hits your face, and you have 3 block down holes. It's the stupidest thing I ever came up with, and so many people panicked that at some point in the game I just stood around my traps and was like watching them. It's really annoying though, the walls, because there's always those people who are like just hiding up in the freaking trees, and so...
There's always going to be someone that hides. There's always going to be that one camper that no one knows where he's at.
Yeah. The best part is, like, you're given bows to start anyways, so let's be honest, you're going to try to knock them down. But they always go up there anyways. I don't know. Maybe it is a legitimate strategy, but I've not used it, and I've never used it, and I've never seen it used effectively. Oh god, I just put a bomb on myself. Moving on, Redbox is going to start hosting video games as well as movies. So here's for legitimizing video games. We've just been talking like, oh, video games are terrible, except in our opinion, everyone hates them. But no, Redbox is looking up. They're like, hey, this looks like something we can offer in our store. So if you want to rent a video game, Redbox is there for you.
Yeah, Redbox has been doing games for a while, though. That's the thing. They've been doing game rentals for like 2 or 3 years, at least where I live. Been noticing they've been doing game rentals. I'm not sure about anywhere else, but at least for me.
I've not used Redbox. I don't know. I thought they were all about the movies, though. Like,
well, they were. they were about the movies for like the first 2 years of their existence, and then they went to having games in their inventory as well. And there's a really good move on that.
Starting April 1st, according to this article that I'm on.
It's not true. It's not going to happen.
Well, if they're already posting games, then I guess, you know, good for them, but... Huh.
Then they're doing the game thing.
We're out of stuff to talk about. We did it!
Hey, did it, yeah!
Podcast! Blakens, where can we find you if we ever wanted to know more about your lovely opinions?
The local strip bar.
Let me see. Let me change my account so I can see what the channel is, because I don't even know what it is. It's in the description. It'll probably be in the description, because I don't know.
In the description. You will find it.
And then my TF2 channels on the featured channels, the first channel, it's generic_gibbous, is my TF2 channel.
Awesome. Matt, is there anywhere people can find you if they want to hear about your lovely expertise in the gaming world?
Well,
Twitter?
I don't have a Twitter.
What?
Or
Make a
you...
Twitter.
I guess I'll
Follow
make...
me on Twitter, Matt.
Okay, but I guess... I kind of want to give him my Skype, but then again, I don't want to get spammed to hell.
I wouldn't be worried about spam right now. We're not...
Yeah, but you never know. So don't do the Skype.
I mean,
Bad idea. Bad
Make a
time.
second Skype.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. Make a second Skype. I'll give...
We'll figure it out in the description.
I'll give you my yeah, I'll give you that in a second.
But as of right now, Blakens, thank you for joining me on new channel. New Kingdom Gaming channel.
No problem. I had nothing else to do today anyway.
Well, clearly you've been very busy training. Matt?
Yeah, the summer competitive leagues are coming. Oh, I'm not excited.
Matt, thanks for joining me. Tell your friend, thanks for joining us. If she wants to come on again, she's welcome to, but ask her to turn down the noise, and maybe talk a little bit more. I'd appreciate that.
Alright.
Alright. Thank you all for watching. If you like the content, subscribe to the channel, and if you like the video, feel free to talk about it down below. Leave a comment and join the discussion. My name is Nujum Key, that's Blakens, that's Matt, and we'll see you all in another video.